One Direction stans, fetch your commemorative Midnight Memories t-shirts and old I Heart 1D pillows, for I bring you bittersweet tidings. Tomlinson has spoken about his friendship with Zayn Malik after their infamous Twitter spats. Louis was interviewed on the Zayn show, where he told a story about himself and Zayn in their band days. Zayn then asked about the current state of the duo's friendship. "You'd have to ask him," Louis joked. But then, in huge news for everyone who never got over their One Direction phase, aka me, he delved a little deeper into their relationship. Louis referenced the fact that Zayn had asked a similar question last time he was on the show. "I believe I said, I don't think I'm mature enough to get over what's frustrated me in that relationship," he said. "But that's changed, at least a little bit. I don't know if I'm mature enough now, but I'm definitely closer to being over all that," Louis continued. "There's been numerous times over the last couple of years where I've thought about him and hoped he's alright." He also said he'd tried to get in touch with Zayn, but it was hard. "I definitely wish him well," he said. "BRB, I need to go find my old One Direction handkerchief to wipe these tears." Zayn then brought up the One Direction covers Zayn's been posting on Insta, and the fact Louis had been liking them. Louis said Zayn was in a different caliber in terms of singing. "Not wrong. I wasn't just liking the video for the sake of liking it. It was a nice feeling," he explained. "'Cause in the past, he said what he said about the band, and I understand some of what he was saying. But for me, on those videos, it showed he was reflecting and thinking about those times, of course at the same time showing off his incredible voice." He explained it made him feel good, because it showed Zayn might also still be thinking about the good times One Direction shared. "Louis, you simply must stop this. My inner 14-year-old is not okay right now. I might have to go lie face down on my couch and listen to Don't Forget Where You Belong on repeat for 4 hours." He said he thought reconnecting with Zayn would require the pair having to just bump into one another, because they don't have each other's phone numbers. "Right, yeah, obviously I knew logically that the One Direction boys didn't have a WhatsApp group chat, but I'm still pretty devo." Louis also reckoned he knew Zayn too well to just slide into his DMs. "I can only imagine how weird it is to go from sharing a tour bus with someone to having to do an awkward hey X via Instagram message." The interview also discussed that now infamous Liam Payne video. Earlier this year, Liam appeared on Logan Paul's podcast, Never a Good Start, and made some shady comments about Zayn, as well as his own time in One Direction. Louis labeled the Paul brothers as annoying. Like, fairs. He also criticized Logan Paul and the show's production team for the interview. He, Paul, knew exactly what he was doing. The buttons he was pressing, Louis said, adding the whole thing felt disrespectful. "Look, I guess it's a good day to be a Louis girl. Now I'm just hoping for a tea-filled, spicy as fuck tell-all interview from Niall Horan to really complete the circle." Image, Instagram, @Lewis91, Getty Images, Keith Tsuji.